I'm going to do a little guide for you on iron slash, I guess steel dragons you could do too. This is a melee guide, so if you're looking for a range guide, I guess go somewhere else. Your gear setup, I'm doing Slayer in Caradel's dungeon, so I don't have a guide on how to get there in Brimhaven. This is if you're going to do Slayer, but I mean the guide still technically works. Slayer helm, that's obviously because I'm doing Slayer. Nate's Knot works too, but since we're doing melee. Fire cape, a skill cape is nice here because you want that prey bonus. I guess you could go down to obby cape. Cape doesn't matter. Amulet doesn't really matter. If you can't get a fury, I mean, do a strength or do something with a teleport, you know, glory. Whip, I would recommend, or a weapon with a stab attack, so like a leaf-bladed sword. Dragon fire shield or anti-dragon shield. You definitely need that. You can't do it here unless you're like beast and have super anti-fires, which if you're watching this guide and you can make super anti-fires, that's kind of sad. Plate body, I would recommend proselyte or initiate if you can't do proselyte yet, just because it's the best prayer bonus. Like you can see my prayer bonus is 20, which is pretty good for melee gear. You could do bandos, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you want to bring like all prayer pots or something. Borrow's gloves, I guess you could do lower gloves. Gloves don't really matter unless you can do Borrow's gloves. Dragon boots or whatever boots, you know, those don't really matter. I'm using a ferocious ring because I'm going to Caradel's dungeon. Berserker ring, ring of wealth. Note that ring of wealth won't increase your chance of getting a visage if you're just trying to get a visage, so it's not really worth it there. Ring of life, you know, anyways. So, anyways, I'm going to walk to the dungeon now, and I will stop the video and start when we're there. Okay, so now that we're here in, these are iron dragons over here that we'll be doing. What you're going to want to do is you need, well, I mean, you don't need them. You're going to want anti-fires because you don't want to have all this food, and plus you'll last longer. I set my quick prayers to melee. I mean, whatever, you can use piety or something if you want. I don't because I think it's kind of a waste of prayer. Kind of crowded here today, but I'll get one for you. So what you're going to do is you're just going to wait for one, and when one pops up like this, you're going to take an anti-fire and just turn on melee and let the ride go. I'm pretty noob with this, especially with range. That's why I do melee. They're usually not bad to kill, especially with the Slayer helm bonuses and stuff. You won't get hit at all, so don't worry, don't bring any food or anything. One thing I bring is a war tortoise to make my trip last longer for drops. Let's see, I'll show my stats here. 99 attack, 86 strength, 91 defense. So, I mean, you may want to kind of work around that. I have 70 prayer, but a whole inventory pretty much and a war tortoise I can last with 3 anti-fires, 5 prayers, and then I have like a Slayer gem, which you know you can take out for room if you aren't doing Slayer, and then I have 1-click teleport if you have like a glory or something. That doesn't really matter. Like I just left that there for me to kill. So then that's pretty much it. Good luck. Hope this guide was helpful. It's really easy to do melee versus like mage or range. It's really cheap. You end up making your money back for anti-fires and prayer potions. So if you're worried about that, you know, don't worry about it. You'll make it all back. Holy Wrench can help here if you've got it. I usually don't because it just takes up the space that I could use for a prayer pot. So, whatever. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and send me a friend request.